The latest chapter in the ongoing saga surrounding Sean Diddy Combs has taken a dramatic turn as veteran singer-songwriter Jaguar Wright has come forward with explosive allegations against Young Miami, one half of the rap duo City Girls. In a series of candid and hard-hitting interviews, Wright has accused Young Miami of not only participating in Diddy's alleged criminal enterprise, but also lying to federal authorities during the trial that gripped the nation for over a month. The revelations have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, reigniting conversations about accountability, complicity, and the blurred lines between victimhood and villainy. Jaguar Wright, known for her soulful voice and unfiltered honesty, has been one of the most vocal critics of Diddy throughout his legal ordeal. Well before the trial even began, she had publicly called out the music mogul, warning fans and followers about what she described as a sinister network of exploitation, coercion, and abuse hidden behind the glittering facade of fame. Now, with Diddy having narrowly avoided a RICO conviction, Wright is shifting her focus to those who allegedly helped facilitate his actions, none more prominently than Young Miami. According to Wright, Young Miami was not just an occasional participant in Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, but a key player who actively recruited others into the fold. These gatherings, which have been described by multiple witnesses and accusers as orgiastic events filled with drugs, sexual misconduct, and psychological manipulation, reportedly served as a breeding ground for Diddy's alleged criminal behavior. Wright alleges that Young Miami wasn't merely a bystander or unwilling participant. She was in fact handsomely compensated for her role in procuring victims and ensuring the smooth operation of these illicit affairs. Wright claims that Young Miami received a staggering $250,000 per month from Diddy, along with luxury vacations, designer gifts, and access to exclusive social circles. This payment, she asserts, was not for musical collaborations or casual companionship. It was for active participation in a system designed to exploit vulnerable individuals under the guise of Hollywood glamour. According to Wright, Young Miami's responsibilities included recruiting young women and men to attend these parties, sometimes using deception or coercion to lure them into situations they were not prepared for. One particularly disturbing account shared by Wright involves an incident where Young Miami allegedly ordered her cousin to seduce and record a drunk man while Diddy watched and engaged in inappropriate behavior. This, according to Wright, was part of a broader pattern of conduct that blurred the lines between consensual adult activity and predatory behavior. She argues that Young Miami played a central role in enabling Diddy's alleged criminal activities and should be held accountable alongside him. Wright also revealed that Young Miami was allegedly involved in transporting and administering substances used at these parties, most notably a concoction known on the streets as pink coke. This drug cocktail, which Wright claims contains a mix of ketamine, cocaine, Viagra, and other powerful stimulants, was reportedly used to keep attendees compliant, aroused, and physically incapacitated. Ketamine, a horse tranquilizer, is said to relax muscles and numb sensation, while Viagra ensures prolonged physical performance. Cocaine keeps participants wired and alert, allowing the party to continue indefinitely without fatigue setting in. The addition of food coloring gives the mixture its distinctive pink hue, making it easily identifiable among those familiar with the underground scene. Wright emphasized that this was not recreational drug use, it was a calculated effort to manipulate and control individuals attending these events. She claimed that Young Miami was directly responsible for sourcing and distributing this substance, often flying it across state lines via private jet to ensure Diddy always had access to it when he hosted his infamous gatherings. Moreover, Wright suggested that Young Miami was given special treatment at airports to avoid scrutiny, implying a level of corruption or protection that extended beyond Diddy himself. The allegations don't stop there. Wright also pointed to court documents filed by former collaborators of Diddy, including Lil Rod, a producer who sued the mogul for $30 million earlier this year. In his lawsuit, Lil Rod alleged that he was drugged, assaulted, and manipulated into performing unwanted sexual acts at a Thanksgiving party hosted by Diddy. He specifically named Young Miami as one of the individuals present during the incident and accused her of being complicit in the coercion and violation he endured. According to Lil Rod, Young Miami's cousin entered the bathroom while he was inside and began performing oral sex on him without consent. When he attempted to leave, he was followed by another woman who then allegedly undressed and tried to straddle him in front of Diddy. Lil Rod's lawsuit also contained details about payments made to various individuals associated with Diddy's operations. Robin Greenhill, Diddy's longtime accountant, was allegedly responsible for wiring funds to those involved in the scheme, including Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy. Frankie Santella, Moy Bound, Brendan Paul, and KK were reportedly tasked with delivering cash payments to sex workers and others who participated in Diddy's events. Wright argued that this financial trail proves Young Miami was not just a passive figure in this world, she was deeply embedded in its infrastructure. Perhaps most damning is Wright's assertion that Young Miami celebrated Diddy's acquittal too soon. Just hours after the jury announced its decision, Young Miami posted a video on social media featuring Justin Bieber making the clock block hand gesture, a symbol often used to indicate that someone has gotten away with something. Many interpreted the post as a direct jab at those who had spoken out against Diddy, suggesting that Young Miami believed justice had prevailed in his favor. But to critics, it came off as tone-deaf and insensitive, especially considering the trauma many survivors have reported experiencing at the hands of Diddy and those around him. Wright wasted no time calling out Young Miami for what she described as triumphing in evil. She accused the rapper of trying to distance herself from the fallout while benefiting from Diddy's influence and wealth. She wants to act like she was just another girl getting peed on, Wright said in one of her recent videos. But no, Young Miami was running point on this stuff. She was recruiting people, handling logistics and getting paid to do it. And now she thinks she can laugh in our faces because Diddy dodged a bullet. Not today. This sentiment resonated with many online, leading to a wave of backlash against Young Miami. Fans and critics alike flooded social media with messages condemning her actions, with some calling for investigations into her potential involvement in Diddy's alleged crimes. Hashtags like "Hold Young Miami Accountable" and "Justice for Survivors" began trending, with users sharing screenshots of past statements and interviews where Young Miami appeared to boast about her experiences with Diddy. One particularly controversial clip showed Young Miami admitting on her talk show, Carisha Please, that she enjoyed receiving golden showers, a practice where someone urinates on another person. While some may view this as a personal preference, Wright argued that it highlights Young Miami's willingness to engage in degrading and potentially abusive scenarios. She wasn't forced into this, Wright said. She liked it. She got off on it and she got paid well for it. That's not a victim. That's a willing participant. Wright also took issue with the name of Young Miami's show, suggesting that Carisha Please might be a reference to the desperate pleas of those subjected to mistreatment during Diddy's freak-off parties. Think about it, she said. If you're being sexually assaulted, humiliated, or drugged, what are you gonna say? Please, Carisha, stop. That's not a stretch. That's plausible. And if that's true, then we're looking at a whole different level of complicity here. As public outrage grew, Young Miami remained largely silent, at least initially. Her representatives did not immediately respond to requests for comment, leaving fans and detractors to speculate on how she would address the situation. Some defended her, arguing that she had simply been caught up in Diddy's world and was doing what she could to survive. Others countered that she had knowingly benefited from a system built on exploitation and should not be absolved of responsibility simply because she wasn't the primary perpetrator. Legal experts weighed in on the possibility of Young Miami facing charges, noting that while Diddy avoided a RICO conviction, the case had exposed a vast network of alleged criminal activity involving numerous individuals. If prosecutors believe there is enough evidence to suggest Young Miami played a significant role in facilitating these crimes, they could reopen investigations or pursue separate charges against her. However, proving complicity in such cases can be difficult, especially when dealing with complex relationships, power dynamics, and the challenges of gathering admissible evidence. Meanwhile, Wright continued to press forward with her mission to expose what she believes is a culture of silence and complicity within the entertainment industry. She reiterated that these freak-off parties were not isolated incidents. They were part of a recurring pattern that occurred almost nightly in different locations. This isn't just about Diddy, she said. It's about an entire system that enables predators to operate unchecked, and Young Miami was one of the gatekeepers. Her words struck a chord with many who have long suspected that Hollywood harbors dark secrets beneath its polished surface. Advocacy groups focused on survivor support and digital privacy rights joined the conversation, urging people to take these allegations seriously and consider the broader implications for how society handles issues of consent, coercion, and celebrity influence. In the days following Wright's revelations, more voices began to emerge. Former insiders, anonymous sources, and lesser-known figures in the music industry began sharing their own stories, some corroborating Wright's claims, others offering alternative perspectives. What became clear was that the fallout from Diddy's trial was far from over. It had merely shifted focus, revealing new layers of complexity and moral ambiguity. For Young Miami, the road ahead remains uncertain. Whether she chooses to respond publicly, seek legal counsel, or retreat from the spotlight altogether will determine how this chapter unfolds. But one thing is certain, the allegations brought forth by Jaguar Wright have placed her under a microscope like never before. And whether she is ultimately deemed a victim, an accomplice, or something in between, the consequences of her association with Diddy will likely follow her for years to come. As for the broader conversation, the case serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power, the importance of holding influential figures accountable, and the need for greater transparency in industries where secrecy often shields the guilty. In an age where digital exposure can make or break careers overnight, the line between truth and speculation becomes increasingly blurred, but the pursuit of justice must remain unwavering. Jaguar Wright's decision to speak out may have sparked controversy, but it has also opened the door for deeper discussions about the realities of fame, exploitation, and the courage it takes to challenge powerful institutions. Whether or not Young Miami is formally investigated, the damage to her reputation, and the questions raised about her role in Diddy's world are unlikely to fade anytime soon.